Trip to the bathroom or something.
All right, good morning, good morning. Welcome to We're Talking Sports. Show number 2, Big Ron.
Show number 2, episode number 2 in the history of We're Talking Sports podcast.
Yeah, and so all of you naysayers who said we wouldn't make it to show number 2.
That's right. We
We're
have
showing
done
you, right?
double, yeah.
Right? Awesome, man. So, so it's an interesting week in sports.
Yeah.
My Lakers decided to join your Celtics.
That's right. Yeah, they needed a vacation, I guess. You know, well, LeBron's pretty old, so he's probably due for a vacation.
Yeah, he's definitely. Although he did play well, I'm not going to say that last game he
athletically, he's probably the most amazing athlete that we've ever seen in our lifetime. Yeah. I mean, and he's doing it at 42 or whatever, and he's. Every season he's been in the playoffs, deep into the playoffs usually. So, I mean, he has all those miles, all those games, on his legs and back and knees and everything. So that's a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah. So what's going on in the world of U of A right now?
U of A. I didn't write anything down about the U of A. I know that we got a young man, I think he's 6'11", he's Dutch, I believe. So he's coming over. We have a senior transfer that we got in the portal. I believe he's also 6'11". He had a lot of injuries last year. He only played one game last year, but he's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be a starter. He's going to be off the bench. But we needed to be a little bit deeper on that, that 4 or 5 position. So
I think they're looking strong. Any word on
Koa Pete?
On Pete?
So this week is the combine. From what I've read, he's not doing really good. His predictions for being drafted is anywhere from 14 to 24 or 26. Yeah. So I think if it's 20 or deeper than that, then he'll probably come back. I'd love for him to come back. Yeah. I think he could probably be a top 10 pick next year if he comes back now. And they're getting paid. It's not like he's coming back for free. He's going to make a couple $1,000,000 playing here at the U of A. So Koa Pete, come back.
There, you heard it here, folks.
Yeah, that's
Ron,
right.
Ron is demanding he comes back now. Right? All right.
He can be on our podcast next year, too. He'll be here in town. Yeah.
He's welcome to come into town and be on it now.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. My people will reach out to his people.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
You got to go find yourself some people first.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, Will, can you reach out to him?
I'll try, man. I'll try. Hey, man, so we got to... Man, what can we say about this guest that we have today, man? That hasn't already been said.
That's true. That's true.
This guy, for those of you that know him, you kind of know that how I'm at a loss for words right now to describe this guy. He does so much for the community.
That's right.
He does.
Trying to something nice to say, and I should have used that AI. Hey, can you crank up I think it's probably the third one there.
Oh, yeah, you're way down. Are you good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you are. There you are.
All right.
Well, Mr. Clint Peek,
Hey,
how are you, buddy?
Guys, thanks for having me on. I was running in late. I did get detained by the police in the parking lot here. Jeff Bridget came through. I had to use the bullhorn to clear out traffic out there. There's quite a little love fest going on right here.
Oh, was there an accident or something?
No, there's the Marana Food Bank has their new welding trailer. Right here that was just wrapped by Innovative Sign.
Oh, very cool.
Anton and Carlos and Sophia and then Chief Bridget were all out there taking pictures.
Oh, okay.
David goes, "Hey, you got a show, haven't you?" And I'm like, "Hey, thanks for having me on."
No, man.
Thank you for coming on.
Couldn't we have picked a better time than when the Cubs going through their longest losing streak of the year?
What was that, 2 games?
Yeah, well, no, it's 4. But
4? Okay.
And for full clarity, and they've been on a roll. Like, it's like unheralded.
Well, my Dodgers, I've won 1 in a row, so coming off of a 4-game losing streak.
Whoa!
Yeah.
The blight of the Dodgers. I mean, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah,
I think they'll be fine.
Well, it's a long season, man.
Hey, real quick, and I want to just get this out of the way up front. Enjoy the season this year, folks. Baseball fans, enjoy it because I think we're going to lose a big chunk of next year.
Collective bargaining agreement.
Oh,
I think we're going to.
Are they going to go on strike?
I think it's going to be a long one.
Ah.
And I'm. You guys know me. I'm an optimist, but I'm not optimistic about this.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay. And because
December, right? That's
December 2nd.
Yeah.
That's marked on my calendar. Not blaming the Dodgers because the Dodgers with the some of the contracts they've written here lately, brilliant.
Yeah.
You've got to applaud the ownership. You got to applaud guys like Ohtani that were willing to accept these contracts. They've already paid his contract off, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
They've made so much money that his 700 million, 740 or whatever it is.
whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's-
pretty much already made that money back, which
yeah.
which is insane. So
and this is what year 3 he's going
Yeah,
into, and they've already made it back.
Wow.
yeah.
You know.
So I think it's a brilliant move. When they did it, I'm like, man, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's really baseball's always kind of been a rich man, poor man. There's always been, the Yankees and the Cardinals. And
Yeah.
not that the Cardinals have the wealth that the Yankees and Dodgers, especially over the last 50 years, have been. There's two classes. There's the ones that are going to win or have the potential to win, and
Right.
a lot of them that
Yeah.
just don't. They go into the season that there's just no chance
Yeah.
that
Well,
these
a
guys are
lot of
going
it
to
has
be
to do with
competitive.
attendance as well.
100%.
Yeah.
And
I
TV
mean,
contracts and stuff
TV
like that.
contracts,
So
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was kind of going on the high end of this of how these contracts and billions of dollars really at the end of the day. But on the reverse to that, then we have the welfare team. That's easy for me to say, that aren't spending the monies that they're getting compensated with.
Right.
So I need the Kansas City Royals and the Pittsburgh Pirates to spend that money. If you're getting 50 mil, then you need to spend it. That's
Right.
right.
Well, because they have revenue share.
Because you have
Yeah,
revenue sharing.
yeah.
So I think it's going to.
Oh, don't they have a minimum that they have to spend, or at least on their payroll every?
No.
Oh, there's no minimum.
There's no minimum. There's no maximum.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so that's where the real push is going to come.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna. Baseball has been able to fight the salary cap up
Wow.
until now, unlike the other professional
Yeah.
sports, and the guaranteed contracts and stuff like that, like other sports. That's why a lot of guys go into baseball because the contracts are guaranteed once
Yeah.
you sign
Right.
that
Yeah.
on the dotted line. So it's I wish I was more optimistic, but I just feel like this is going to be. I've even got a couple side bets, and I'm not a gambling man, so these are small amounts that we might lose a whole season.
Ooh.
And the last time that
Wow.
happened was 94.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember that season well.
Man.
Yeah, that was brutal.
And you're
So,
talking about billions of dollars when you lose
billions
a
of
season.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. It's got to be tens of billions.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But think about how.
And it affects the little guy too.
That affects the little guy much more than the little guy.
Yeah. They're selling. The guys that are selling beer in the stand.
Oh,
and,
see, they get decimated.
yeah.
So the guys
Yeah.
that really only have an 81 year or 81 days a year to make any money are wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
And that I have no real sympathy for the owners. I don't have any sympathy for the players either when you're making, the average salary now.
Yeah.
Remember when the first catfish hunter was the first guy to get $1 million?
Yeah.
1974. That was a big deal. Andy
Oh, wow.
Messersmith of the Dodgers.
He was making $1 million a season in
million.
'74.
74.
Wow.
I could be wrong on
That's
it.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane money.
Well,
Yeah.
Do you
40,
remember when
50 years ago.
Do you remember when A-Rod signed that huge?
Oh,
was
yeah.
it a $25 million?
Yeah, with the
10-year
Rangers.
With the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all like just
Yeah.
This is the
mind blown.
craziest thing
How
ever.
could they pay somebody so
Right.
much money?
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
$25 million for 10 years, right? So
Yeah.
it was $250 million, $250 million.
Yeah,
for-
yeah, that's exactly what it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
If my memory serves me correct,
Yeah,
but
I'm
I
pretty sure
believe
it was.
that's
And yeah, like you said, our minds were just blown at
oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk Cubs, of course.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that.
But just real quick, here's how long it was, and it's been 10 years now, right? But here's how long it was. I have a picture in my office back there. The previous winner and the most recent winner. Previous winner is black and white.
Yeah. They went through a dry spell.
A long one.
A long dry, right?
I don't know if I don't know if I've shared this because I got so many Cubs stories.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But here's one.
Well, you're from Chicago.
Well, I'm from Cardinal country,
Okay.
downstate. I grew up in St. Louis Cardinal country.
Oh.
I've been in Busch Stadium way more than I've been in Wrigley Field.
Really?
Oh yeah, I've questioned that loyalty over the years when the Cardinals were winning a lot of World Series. But in 2017 at Sloan Park here, where the Cubs train in Mesa. My buddy Rick Peralt and I were at a game, and we were sitting, behind home plate. I don't know, 20 rows back. We had lousy seats that day, by the way, 20 rows back. And I look down and I see Theo Epstein and Jeb Hoyer. You know, fresh off a World Series win in 16. There they are. They're 10, 15 seats in front of me, just sitting right behind home plate in amongst everybody, right?
Sure.
And I said to Rick, I said, I'm going to get them on the way out. And so I kind of knew what path they'd take. They stayed the whole game. Ninth inning, it's over, and they're leaving the facility and they're going up to where the clubhouse is. Well, they almost have to come where I stationed myself. I was not stalking them, but it.
But you knew
felt,
they were.
But
going
I knew
by,
where.
by,
Yeah.
by you, yeah.
So here they come, and I just, hey man, this is awesome. Thank you for all my family that's no longer here to witness it. We at that time we had a dog named Wrigley. That's how deep we were, and hey, Jeb, and I said my last words to him they stopped for a brief second. I don't know. We stopped for 5 seconds, let's say. And I said, get greedy. In other words, let's win some more.
Yeah, right.
They did not listen. Matter of fact, we haven't really even sniffed it since the year we won it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
but you want it, at least, right?
hey, sometimes you think the fans probably, truthfully, want it more. I know that's probably not true, but it's a job to those guys. I understand that.
Yeah.
Both corporate and the guys on the field, it is a job.
Sure.
And I worked for the White Sox for a while, and we mentioned the White Sox. And I remember going to a cellular field, a guaranteed rate, I think they call it now, but it was cellular at the time. This was 2009, 2010, and they were giving me a world-class tour of the whole facility and the boxes and all this stuff. And then we got close to the clubhouse. They're like, yeah, we don't go in there. So the separation is, it's like any other business. You got the guys that work on the line, and you got the guys that sit in the box. Sitting in the box is not a bad place.
Right? Yeah, I bet. No, well, that's awesome. So, Chicago Cubs baseball. It's I'm a huge Dodger fan.
Yeah.
But I will say this: the Chicago fan base is like no other.
That's true.
It's just it almost seems like they've lost for so many years.
Yeah.
Going on with
The lovable losers.
Right.
Is,
Yeah.
I don't like that title, by the way,
Right.
but that's true. But it's fact.
Yeah, it is true. So, I was pretty excited for Cubs fans when they won.
Yeah.
Finally won that.
How could you not be, really?
Yeah. As a baseball fan, I was excited for them.
And remember who they beat? The Cleveland Indians. And Cleveland was up 3-1 in that series, by the way. Cleveland hasn't won since I want to say 1948.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They haven't won for. I know they were in the series. I think the last time they won was 1948. That's Lou Boudreau and people like that, who later become a Cubs announcer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna. I got some questions for Clint that I want him. I want his opinions on the rule changes of baseball.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
We'll be right back.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Tucson summers don't play fair. Before you spend thousands of dollars, get the facts. Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We've been your local, family-owned choice for 25 years. This May, we're offering a free second opinion on any licensed HVAC contractor's quote of $1,000 or more. Get the peace of mind you deserve. Call us today at 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Piper Family Painting. We believe great paint does more than just change a color. It protects a home and the people inside of it. From careful prep to the final coat, our team shows up with pride, precision, and respect for your property. We don't rush, we don't cut corners. We paint it like it's our own home, because in this Tucson community, it is. Piper Family Painting, bringing new colors to the Old West.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
Hey Tucson, why do we accept pain as normal just because we're over 40? Nearly 8 out of 10 Americans suffer with back pain. At Wellness Key Chiropractic, we help people after car accidents with chronic neck and back pain, numbness tingling down the arms. If you're like me, you like to spend time outside with the family, hiking, biking, everything. Don't let that pain stop you. Wellness Key Chiropractic, we help that body move better so you can be the better version of yourself.
Integrity Automotive and Diesel, your Northwest Tucson auto experts. From routine maintenance to engine and transmission repair or replacement, our trusted ASE certified technicians can do it all. Integrity Automotive is also your one-stop shop for diesel service and repairs, and we stand by our work, offering a 24-month, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty. Get back on the road with Integrity Automotive and Diesel. Call 744-9710 or book your appointment online at integrityautorepairs.com.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
All right, we are back. Welcome to We're Talking Sports right here on the Live the Dream Media Network.
We're at the world headquarters of Live the Dream Media
The
Network.
world, yes.
Fact.
Absolutely.
Says it on the door, so you know it's true.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we got Clint Peek here, who we're talking with some Cubs and some baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So
good thing he's here because I'm not a baseball guy, so
nor are you Clint Peek.
That's true. That's true. And you advertised that Clint Peek was going to be here,
right?
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, but,
hey, we're going to convert you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
We'll convert you.
Yeah,
I'll go to a baseball game with you.
There you
guys.
go.
Yeah.
That's how we start the conversion.
There you go.
It's different than TV for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, Will and I went to a U of A baseball game last season.
Yeah,
so.
they're great.
And they're fun. Yeah.
Coach Chip Hale down there.
Yeah.
That's great. But
and it's close by.
But we'll make it. We'll pick dates here real soon. We'll make a trip up and
you got it.
We'll start converting you.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. So, got some questions here for you, Clint.
Okay.
Your opinion on how the game has evolved a bit here. I've always been a bit of a traditionalist. I kind of grew up in with the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, even. So a couple questions for you. Get your opinion on this. The pitch clock. What's your opinion on the pitch clock here?
Well, technically, there's always been a pitch clock. They didn't have it. They didn't have it up.
Right.
But it was always there.
Right. Okay.
Actually, I'm a fan of it, for the lack of a better word. It speeds the game up a little bit. A lot of that in between stuff. There always has been a written rule.
Yes.
That the pitcher had to engage and all this. Right. And I think it goes back to, just to kind of expand a little bit. I was going to throw a name out there. You would recognize it. He played for Boston. He would between every pitch he's out, he's readjusting the gloves and all this. He took 15 or 20 seconds before he got back in every time. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
That turns out, hey, I don't care the length of a game.
Right.
Some of the best games I've ever seen was Gibson and Jenkins and Greg Maddux, and they're under 2 hours. Some of the best games I've ever seen were less than 2 hours. Yeah. But I don't care the length of a game. Right. But on the same token, just stand around goofing off.
Well, and I can agree that I think the batters, they were taking an excessive amount of time
100%.
Every time.
100%. Every pitch.
Yeah, every pitch. But I do feel that at the beginning, maybe the pitchers are a little bit more used to it now.
Yeah.
But last year when it started, they did feel a little bit rushed. Yeah. And I don't know if that amounted to some of the injuries that were happening.
Well, there's definitely a case for that. Yeah. I think the injuries go back to Lee Mazzilli. You remember Lee Mazzilli, the pitching coach for the Atlanta Braves? Yeah. He rocked the whole game.
Yeah.
And as a kid growing up in the 60s and 70s, you just threw.
Yeah.
Nobody had a pitch count. Do you think Bob Gibson?
Oh, no.
Or Don Drysdale to throw some Dodgers in there? You think if Walter Alston had to come out to take Drysdale out of a game because he had thrown 100 pitches, what do you think the result would have been?
Yeah, he'd probably leave with a black eye or a bloody nose.
Yeah.
You know,
I know Gibson would have said, "I don't know what you're doing out here. You don't know anything about pitching. Only thing you know about pitching is you can't hit it."
Right. Absolutely.
But I think the flow is more than what I'm into. The flow. I don't care so much about the number or the count, but to keep that flow moving. Because baseball is kind of it's not the slowest of game. Actually, professional football is the slowest. You think about it. They run an intensive play for 3, 4, 5 seconds. Then they take
40 seconds.
40 second clock. Yeah. But baseball can be pretty slow to the non-fan.
Right.
You know. Yeah. For you and I, we're loving that in between stuff.
Right.
Truthfully.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's more of an orchestra, more of an opera.
Oh, there you
go. For lack of a better word. Yeah. It really is. Yeah, it's opera for people that aren't crazy about the opera.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go on to the next one then here. Universal DH.
Not a fan at all. Never have been a fan. And I'm gonna take a side that maybe you've never really heard.
Okay.
And that is baseball has always been a 9-man. Put your 9 best players on the field. There are a lot of good hitting pitchers. I just mentioned 2 of them. Bob Gibson and Don Drysdale actually were really good hitting pitchers. Yeah. They played a role. But here's the reason why I'm not crazy about the DH. If I'm Roger Clemens and I'm headhunting as a pitcher on a regular basis, I never have to face the music myself.
Yeah.
Somebody on my team is going to be reciprocated against. Yeah, but as a pitcher, I never have to ever. And back in the day, if you threw against Gibson or Gibson guys, you're getting it.
Right.
As a pitcher, you're gonna wear that. Yeah. So, it'd be like, for me, it would be like having a designated free throw shooter in the NBA.
Right.
Okay.
No more hack-a-shack.
Yeah, no more hack-a-shack. That would eliminate that.
Yeah.
Which was a strategy that was within was in the rules of the game. So it's a brilliant strategy if that's what the rules are.
Right.
But I'm not a big fan of it. And it's been around since 72, 74 in the American League, and then recently we got it in the National League.
Yeah. I mean, I tend to agree with you. I do think it made it much easier to coach, much easier to manage a team.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah. The same thing with, a pitcher coming into the game has to face the 3 batters.
Yeah.
I think that was more.
Is that one of your
time
questions?
Saving. Yeah, that's one of my questions as well.
Because I'm okay with that, aren't you?
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I mean, because it was to the point where they would come in, the guy would throw one batter, bring in another.
Sometimes one pitch.
Yeah.
Get a guy out, or he gets on. Then we're going to go to the pen again.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring another guy in. Yeah. And to clarify the rule for anybody that's not totally 100%, that's 3 hitters, or until you get out of an inning.
Out of an inning, correct.
Okay.
So you can throw to as few as 1 hitter if you get out of that inning, and then you start all over.
Right.
When I first heard that, I'm like, I'm not sure, but this lefty specialist, because that's what it came down to be.
Right.
It's kind of like the DH again, almost.
But so many batters now have really adapted and been able to have that split where they're hitting the same against a right-hander or a left-hander now.
Some of them hit better against righties against righties.
Yeah.
I'll go one step further. The DH to me has kind of messed the game up, especially for kids. Because when I was in the baseball world, back in early 2000s, and I'd go to high school, little league, I'd go to colleges, but especially high school and the younger leagues, and I had some hitting stuff to swing away, and I had a lot of other stuff, but the swing away was for hitters, and I would present it to a team And I'd have kids, 12 years old go, yeah, I'm not a hitter, I'm a pitcher. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's just not right.
Right? Yeah. No.
Matter
Absolutely.
of fact, with a lot of youth leagues, in which I'm heavily involved with that, kids sports as well, baseball, they're allowed to hit more than 9 in the order, which I'm fine with that. I mean,
Right.
in some cases, everybody hits.
Right.
You might not play the field,
Yeah.
but everybody hits.
Everybody on the rod, they just line them up on the
Just
bench,
line 'em up.
right? And everybody gets to hit.
Typically, they don't go that far, especially in tournament ball. But they'll hit 8 or 9. I mean, 9 or 10 guys on a regular basis. And there's a great saying. It's in baseball, the Ken Burns baseball Odyssey that played. You can buy it now, but played on PBS years ago. And one of them, I think it's like, they got him by first inning, second inning. By first inning is the 1800s and right on through to the current of. And they were like talking to all these Latin kids, on the island. And they're like, you don't walk yourself off the island.
Right.
You hit yourself off the island.
Yep.
That's why you have so many great players coming out of Latin America now.
Yeah.
And we don't have near as many African American players because this game, unfortunately, the American game has become suburban.
Well, I do believe that the Dodgers were the first team to actually put an
Branch
organization,
Rickey.
right? Yeah.
This is Branch Rickey.
Yeah. Actually built a stadium, built an organization.
Yes, sir.
Out in Latin America.
Yeah.
And, where they were all doing the training there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was back in the
40s.
Yeah.
This is
Wow.
I think it's pre Jackie Robinson days. I could be wrong. I think it's Branch Rickey, who a lot of current baseball aficionados wouldn't even recognize the name. This guy, there should be a whole wing in the Baseball Hall of Fame for Branch Rickey. He affected a lot of organizations, primarily the Dodgers. He started so many things. Latin America, he's the first African American with Jackie Robinson. We just celebrated his anniversary of his date, April 15th. But he the batting helmets, the new batting helmets and stuff like that. Branch Rickey, Google him if you've never heard of him. He's a legendary baseball guy.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
You learn a lot. The things you see now, and you wonder, wow, I wonder, where that came from. The majority it's from Branch Rickey.
It was.
Wow.
Especially if it had. Now he was with the Cardinals. He was with, I think, the Browns. Different. Real quick aside, saying the Browns made me think. I come from a baseball background. My grandfathers, both my mom's dad and my dad's dad, played semi-pro back in the day. My grandfather on my dad's side, probably the early 1900s.
Okay.
Because he had a family with 11 kids not short after that. So I'm thinking his baseball days. And we had a few chats. He was old when I met him, knew him, and he passed away, 50 years ago. But he played a lot of semi-pro baseball in Kentucky and that part. And my grandfather on my mom's side, I can't find verification of it, but he may have pitched a little bit, maybe spring training or maybe a little bit, lost records. I can't find anything. But he was a left-handed pitcher. Threw real hard, wild.
Yeah.
But he pitched all over the Midwest in different semi-pro leagues.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up, I probably shared with you guys, I know I have with the audience, we lived in a small town, and my parents built, my brother and I, he's a year younger than I am, built us our own baseball facility. We had everything but lights. Baseball pads and background. We had the short porch down the left field line. Being a right-handed hitter, that was always fun for me. And you hit a home run, you hit it into the Edmondson's cornfield. We spent many an hour out there looking for baseballs. And some of them we never found.
Yeah.
But so the love of the game has been there from
the beginning.
I can't remember a time that I didn't love baseball.
Yeah.
Grew up on Cardinal baseball, KMOX radio, and it's ironic because at that time it was Harry Carey and Jack Buck.
Yeah.
Harry then went on to become WGN's biggest. You talk about the Cub fan base real quick. I want to circle back around real fast about that. Yes, they've had a loyal fan base forever, but there was a time, especially in the early 80s, when the Cubs just didn't draw. They were bad, historically bad. And they didn't draw. You could walk up on game day, and so I'm going to tell one real quick Cubs story. So on game day, this was April of 1982.
Okay.
Were you born in 82?
Mm-hmm.
You're in 4th grade? Just out of curiosity.
5th or 6th?
Okay.
5th grade, probably.
So I walk up. I'm living in Chicago at this time. I walk up, get 5th or 6th row behind the Cub dugout. Probably paid $8.
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to Tom Bosley from Happy Days. Have I told you this story?
No.
And so I'm sitting next to Tom Bosley. I'm with a buddy. His name's Sean Ventura. We worked at a hotel downtown there. And we walked up, and it's April. I double-checked the box scores I went and found it, and my memory is accurate. They had just traded for this kid from the Phillies, and he was over, and he was like 1 for 31, and he was struggling. And there was an article in the Chicago Tribune, which you read faithfully, the sports section every day, the box scores and all that. He was struggling. They're like, well, he was just a throw-in anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. And while I was sitting there that April day of 1982, he had his first 2 big league home runs.
Wow.
You know who I'm talking about?
I do not.
Ron Sandberg. Ryan Sandberg.
Ryan Sandberg.
Rhino,
who passed away last summer. Yeah. That's a really heartbreaker. I went back last summer, and the first place I went was his memorial statue. Yeah. But we were sitting there in the stadium when he had his first 2 big league home runs.
Wow. Nice.
And he went on to have a Hall of Fame career than anybody. And I'm sorry I botched your name up, Rhino, but Ryan Sandberg, number 23, played second base for the Cubs for a number of years.
Yeah. So that's Piper's favorite player of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, I hope he's watching, because that was I never saw him hit another home run in person.
Yeah.
I was watching on TV the day he went crazy against Bruce Sutter, his former teammate at Wrigley Field. You know the Sandberg game. You know what I'm talking about.
Go crazy, folks.
He went
Go
crazy. He went late in the game.
Yeah.
I remember watching that game. The Cubs were down like 9-1 in the third, but it was one of those games, and you've watched enough baseball, you're like, I don't think this is over.
Yeah.
Wrigley with the sun blowing out in the summertime, June 23rd of 1984, I believe. And he had a home run to tie it in the bottom of the 9th against Bruce Sutter. Mm-hmm. And in the bottom of the 10th or 11th, he had another home run off Bruce Sutter. Yeah. There's where the game's changed too.
Yeah.
You would never late innings. You wouldn't face the same relief pitcher twice for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. All right. Next question for you here, Clint. And this one's kind of a multi because it kind of ties in here. Interleague play and the new balanced schedule that they're doing.
That's kind of a tough one. I would be okay with interleague if we just like when they first started it.
Yes.
We're going to play a division.
Yeah.
That way, as a National League guy, we get to see the Yankees
every
4 years, every 3 years. We get to see them. That's cool. I think it dilutes. Of course, you got to remember when I first started following baseball. Let's say 1965, that I really was kind of aware and knew what was going on. Yeah. They had just expanded. The Colts were in Houston, who became the Astros.
Yeah. And
the Mets had until the White Sox and who was it? Pittsburgh broke it a few years ago with the most losses.
Yeah.
Lost 120 games. 120 games out of 160. That's brutal.
That's harsh.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
There was only 10 teams in each league. And up until I want to say 69, I could be off on that. You either won your league or you didn't.
Yeah.
There was 2 teams played in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The National League winner and American League winner.
Right.
So I do like a little bit of this.
Yeah.
Expanding it a little bit, but I'm not real crazy about the overall expansion because the Cardinals, no offense, boo the Cardinals, but they won a World Series a few years ago when David Freese went crazy. I don't remember the year 11. Yeah. They were a very mediocre team throughout the entire season. I think they won 80, 83 and lost 79 or something crazy.
Was that pre-wild card?
No, that's
were they the wild card team?
Yeah, and and now they got hot at the right time.
Yeah,
but they were not the best team in baseball except for a month, and they won the World Series that year.
Oh wow!
So it used to be. So you get where I'm kind of back to. You mentioned traditionalists. Now, man, that'd be tough. Can you imagine? Back in that day, there was 8 teams and there was 10 teams. And if you're not number one, it's kind of like Ricky Bobby when Talladega Nights. If you're not If you're not number one, you're a loser. I'm paraphrasing it wrong,
You're
but
the
you know
first
what
loser,
I'm saying. Yeah. So there was no redemption for, and the Cubs were on the short end of that a few times. They finished second, so close to the Cardinals a couple times.
Yeah, I know.
But
so I agree with you. Back when they first started interleague play, I liked the way they were doing it. But now that they have come to the balanced schedule, I don't like the amount of games now that you're only playing in your division.
Used to be 19.
Yeah.
And that's even with the wild card.
Yeah.
In your division, you're playing those other 4 teams in your division 19 times.
Right. Yeah.
You're earning that. It's just been watered down.
Yeah.
And now we got the play in, and we're almost like the NBA. We got everybody gets in.
Yeah.
Now we know that it's usually 1, 2, or 3. You're watching the playoffs now. The guys that are 8, 9, 10 on the list are probably not getting in, not running at it. But I see you looking around. Are we running out of?
No, we're good.
Okay, good.
I'm looking to see how much time I have. I got 2 left for you.
Okay,
but we're gonna go ahead and take a commercial break, and then we will come back and get your thoughts on the last couple that we have left here. All right, Tony, take us away. Thank you.
Integrity Automotive and Diesel, your Northwest Tucson auto experts. From routine maintenance to engine and transmission repair or replacement, our trusted ASE certified technicians can do it all. Integrity Automotive is also your one-stop shop for diesel service and repairs, and we stand by our work, offering a 24-month, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty. Get back on the road with Integrity Automotive and Diesel. Call 744-9710 or book your appointment online at integrityautorepairs.com.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Tucson summers don't play fair. Before you spend thousands of dollars, get the facts. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We've been your local family-owned choice for 25 years. This May, we're offering a free second opinion on any licensed HVAC contractor's quote of $1,000 or more. Get the peace of mind you deserve. Call us today at 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Piper Family Painting. We believe great paint does more than just change a color. It protects a home and the people inside of it. From careful prep to the final coat, our team shows up with pride, precision, and respect for your property. We don't rush, we don't cut corners. We paint it like it's our own home, because in this Tucson community, it is. Piper Family Painting, bringing new colors to the Old West.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Hey Tucson, why do we accept pain as normal just because we're over 40? Nearly 8 out of 10 Americans suffer with back pain. At Wellness Chiropractic, we help people after car accidents with chronic neck and back pain, numbness tingling down the arms. If you're like me, you like to spend time outside with the family, hiking, biking, everything. Don't let that pain stop you. Wellness Key Chiropractic, we help that body move better so you can be the better version of yourself.
All right, we are back. Welcome to We're Talking Sports. You can find us right here on Live the Dream Network, on Live the Dream Media Network.
That's right.
Right?
Live the Dream Media.
Live the Dream Media.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where we're at.
Hey, you guys have your own office here? Because you should.
We should, right?
We'll figure that out.
We'll have to talk to the president.
That's right.
These guys spend a lot of time here. I will say, we we don't say it enough. And I told David, we got to thank these guys a lot more for the role you play on our network.
Well, thank
it's
you.
really,
Well, thank
really
you.
solid. We appreciate it.
We're really thankful for the opportunity that you guys have given us.
Yeah,
I came across that picture of you and I and David back
3 years ago. 3 years ago, May 11th. Yeah.
It popped up. Well, you said I didn't. I did. That was you and I doing a podcast here.
That was, yeah.
And I didn't.
It was
get
your podcast, yeah.
And I didn't get it until I sat down, or I'd had it up on the big screen.
Ah, okay.
And it was May 11th of
23.
23.
Yeah. So it was before I had my podcast here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we met down at. I want to shout them out because Trident. Grill. And that was in late summer of 24.
Yes. Yeah.
Late summer.
Yeah. Well, you invited me.
Yeah.
And, you know, presented some opportunities here for a podcast. And then we had a couple lunches to
and
talk
Ron
about it.
showed up one time. We had a thing on Saturday, and there was only 1 or 2 people who showed up.
Yeah.
We were ready for a whole house full of people, and Ron showed up, took a great deal of interest. So thanks for pursuing that. And, and thanks you for giving us an opportunity to
definitely
work with you.
It's worked out really well.
It really has. I'm appreciative of that. Okay, back to
we go back.
Man, he's asking these hardball questions here. All of them have required an opinion.
All right.
I've got a few.
All right, let's. The next question for you here. 2 words. Ghost runner.
No, do not. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm a hard no on that.
Yeah.
Let me put a little qualifier on that. A hard no. First off, they don't use it in the playoffs. Why are we using it in the regular season?
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so if we've gone, I'm just going to throw a number out. If we've gone 15 innings and nothing's happened, we don't have a winner, I might entertain it. But the 10th inning, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah, no, I got you. See, my idea was after midnight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
After midnight.
Okay.
You know, the next full inning that's being started.
Okay. I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
We're just using different terminology.
Right. Yeah.
Because I get it. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to burn up pitching. That's primarily the thing.
Yeah.
We don't want to burn pitching up. Well, but we're
and
professionals.
right. And it's to shorten the game.
We're
also.
professionals.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? Again, in the NFL, we're going to just come down to field goals?
Right.
Is that how we're going to do, at a certain point? Are we going to do like college? We're going to just keep playing until...
2-point conversion or...
It's if you want to do that in Little League and high school and even college, I'm fine with that, but not in the professionals.
Yeah, well, that's great for softball league, Vince.
But they're drinking.
Yeah, right, exactly, exactly, right. They just want to finish.
Want to get home by midnight and sort of sober.
Yeah, all right. Well, that one's quick and easy. We agreed on that one pretty well.
I think we've agreed on all of them, haven't we?
Well, I think we've agreed
in spirit
certain
with most of them.
Yeah. All right, so last one here is the newest one. ABS.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Are you okay the way it's set up with it being, the teams get 2 challenges?
Yeah, I think so.
And
I think so.
Yeah.
That I think I'm okay with it. Part of it's because the Cubs have used it. Carson Kelly, our catcher, our primary catcher, has used it 21 times. He's been correct 19 times.
Yeah.
That's good usage of it.
Yeah.
I think the coaches have to do maybe a little better job getting their teams to understand the importance. Maybe you don't blow one early because you only get 2,
right.
And if you miss one,
you
lose
you can
it.
get 10 if you get them all right.
Yeah, you get 40 if you get them all right. You don't lose any until you get them wrong. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think to some degree, I'm okay with getting it right though. It's taking part of the fun out of it. Watching Earl Weaver or Bobby Cox or somebody lose their mind.
Yeah.
We don't see that much anymore. Billy Martin.
Yeah.
Lou Piniella. I say Bobby. Bobby was, I think he holds the record, doesn't he?
Most ejections.
He just passed out. Just passed
Bobby
away.
Cox.
Okay.
Just passed away last.
Away.
Yeah.
This week, right?
100 and, I think it's 160 ejections.
Yeah,
and he didn't put on quite the. I'm referred to around here a little bit as Earl Weaver. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you see that? Earl was a little guy, and he pointed his finger. You know who gave me that moniker? Christy Simone. He goes, Clint, when you lose your temper, so my wife.
You don't see Clint losing his temper much.
Yeah, no, you don't. No. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You haven't been around long enough. And I'm getting a little older. So I did write, though, the other day. I posted it. I don't know if you guys saw it. I think it was Michael Bloomberg said, he goes, I just don't trust people that don't have a little bit of a temper. And I'm like, I resemble that remark just a little bit.
Yeah, I did read that when you put that out there.
That's pretty. My wife has now bought me Earl Weaver T-shirts. So if I'm trying to make a point with people that know me, if I'm wearing an Earl Weaver T-shirt, I'm only wearing it for two reasons. One, I'm trying to have a little fun, or one, I'm trying to address an issue without using my words.
Right.
Okay.
Very, very nice. All right.
Well,
that is awesome. Well, those are the questions I had for you. Thank you for those.
Yeah.
So let's finish this off here on the Cubs and what they need to get over the top here. Are they set? I know they need some pitching.
No, man, I have never, in all my years of watching baseball, and I'm only speaking to the Cubs because I don't follow other teams the same as I do, although we were talking off air. There ought to be a federal law that an East Coast game has to start every day at 1 o'clock East Coast time, which means it would be 10 o'clock our time.
Wow.
And then we need a 4 o'clock start somewhere, which would make 1 o'clock. Yeah. So we can have baseball from 10 a.m. to, I'm paying for the package. Yeah. Real quick, I will answer your question, but here's a pet peeve of mine. Do you have the package?
I do.
You don't get the Padres or the Diamondbacks, do you?
I don't get them, and I also, right now, because, I watch the Dodgers, and I don't get the Dodger games when they're playing San Francisco.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
Why wouldn't you guys get the Padres? You're just too close to?
You tell me. I guess we're too close.
Well, I will say this. I know about 3 years ago, I looked into it, and at the time on one of the cable channels, they showed the Padre games here.
Oh. Yeah, Padres, Diamondbacks. I understand the
Diamondbacks.
I understand that.
That's your state team,
but here's the other thing. And then they go to Apple occasionally. Yeah. Now if my kid's around, he can always find me the game 99% of the time. But you know what? And not that we pay crazy amounts. I think it's $150 a year or something like that. It costs one ticket basically. Yeah. But if you pay the price, really.
Just give all the games.
Just give me the game.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you don't want to give me the game for $150, if that's the price, then charge me $250.
Yeah, and let me watch
give me my games.
Yeah.
But don't just arbitrarily say, you know what, you can't watch this because you live there, and this team's a little closer, and we're going to put it on Apple. Nah, stop it.
Yeah.
But back to your question, I have never seen the Cubs in all my years be as decimated on their pitching staff. Our three studs, our 1, 2, and 3, are all on the IL. One of them's been on there for a year and a half. Ooh. He's had a setback in his arm surgery, Justin Steele. You got Cade Hunter, a young stud. He's pitched 4 games this year. Now he's out for the rest of the year. You got Boyd. He was out with an arm injury. Then last year he squatted down to play with his kid.
And it's not Oil Can Boyd, right?
And it's not Oil Can Boyd. Okay. Good call. Right. That's a good reference from the 80s for sure, Boston Red Sox. Yeah. I'm 11 pitchers on the staff right now, and we're doing it with mirrors, and we're still.
And you guys have won two stretches where you've won 10 games in a row.
We had two 10-game winning streaks. The first time since 1932, a Cub team, and it was the first time in maybe Major League history that a team had two 10-game winning streaks before they had played their 40th game of the year. So we won 20 out of 23 at one point. Yeah. Now we're on a little slide right now, which you knew would happen, but but
it's a long season, man.
But now they've signed Liam Hendricks to a minor league contract. He had a pretty good run, so maybe we can get some few innings out of him. Yeah. But without getting too deep into the weeds here, but they've got some talent in the minor leagues that are probably blocked because we've signed our infield.
Right.
There's some long-term contracts with some really good guys. Our infield, our defense is amazing.
It is.
And that's part of our success. And we hit pretty well most of the time. I say we. I'm not on the team. I don't have anything to do with that. But he's an infielder. I don't know where you play him. And now there's talk about maybe they go out and get Freddie Peralta that was with the Brewers. Now he's with the Mets. Yeah. The problem is Freddie's in his walk year. So unless he's been a Cub killer. Yeah. So just having him on our team would help us a little bit. But unless we sign him to a contract,
you'll be giving away some talent.
I don't want to give away that talent. I mean, I know the window's closing, but on the same token, like with Matt Shaw, I've been a Matt Shaw fan from day one. Do not trade this guy because there's going to be a time next year, 2 years now, we're going to really hate ourselves. And unless you win and you make those trades. So it'd be, we talk about being a GM. Real quick, baseball game. You ever play Stratomatic?
No.
I'm going to turn you on to a game that I haven't played in 40 years. We may start us a Stratomatic league in here in the wintertime.
All right.
It's all based on stats. It was stats based game before there was a stat based game. Okay. And I'm going to give you one little, WHIP, WHIP. Uh-huh. I think I invented that. I'm serious.
Really?
Before Bill James, before I'd ever heard anybody use that term, I'm sitting down. Stratomatic is individual cards, and it's all based on math. And you roll some dice, and it's a really cool game. And you play one in an hour. We used to have leagues. And I studied these cards, being a numbers guy. I studied these cards. I won every league I was ever in, so I'm giving that up. So because I wanted the money. And I wanted to have bragging rights on my friends, right? And we would play like throughout the whole winter. Yeah. But I'm like, what is the best way that I can judge a pitcher? More than wins, more than losses, more than even ERAs, because some of that's got to do with defenses and stuff. And I'm like, it seems to me like walks and hits per inning would be a really good way to judge a pitcher.
Yeah.
More than any other component. And so as a 12-year-old, when I first started playing this game, I come up with this walks and hits per inning thing. Wow. Then later on, I see Bill James making a gazillion dollars by naming it. He also created the save, by the way, Bill James. You read anything from Bill James?
I have not. I'll have to look that up.
You talk about a baseball savant. This guy, he started this whole the Moneyball thing. Yeah. That was his baby in the very beginning because he studied all the analytics. And, I mean, this guy broke it down.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To what field you're playing on, whether the wind's blowing out, home field. It was crazy what he did.
Yeah, well, next time we have you on, we're going to have to talk analytics.
We can do that, too. Yeah. But here's can I close with this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Analytics, but using your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want all the facts. I coached a little American Legion baseball back in the day.
Okay.
We went strictly by our eyes. This was in the early 80s. We didn't have the analytics. I mean, we kind of knew what everybody's batting average was. Now, I mean, they're detailing every pitch and where location and how hard it was thrown and type of pitch it was. So yeah. Well, Tammy goes, can you get it? My wife says, can you do this in an hour? And I'm like, well, I can do a portion.
All right. Welcome to episode 1 of 20 with Clint Peek. Right?
Hey, you know what? In all seriousness, when I saw, I posted a picture and I was landing rather than taking off, and Will was like, "Whoa, where you at?"
I called Ron right away. I'm like, is Clint in town?
I said, "No, I don't. I know other sports. I'm a Bulls fan and a football fan. I'm more of a football fan in the college.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I love college football. Yeah.
Ricky Hunley and myself, we're pretty good buds.
Okay.
He's coming on. Matter of fact, I'll get him for your show.
Yes, please.
But I'm going to get him on one of my shows too as well. I saw him a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Good man.
Well, all right. Ron?
Yeah.
Will in the books?
Episode number 2.
Yeah.
Out of many.
Right?
Yeah.
Out of 2,000. You guys are going to be the Cal Ripken of talk sports shows.
Without missing an episode.
There you go.
Right. All right. Just a couple quick words right now. Tony, the man in the box, happy birthday, buddy. All
Very
The
nice.
big
Very
22?
nice.
22.
22. All right.
Wow.
All right. The Kershaw.
The Kershaw.
Right?
There you
22
go.
there. All right. And another shout out here, FPJ. Love you, brother. We're fighting this fight with you, my brother. So stay positive, stay strong. All right.
Can we do one quick shout out?
Oh, no, sure, go right ahead.
We have some beautiful shirts on, man. Where did you get those shirts?
I've got a good friend of mine here.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about them.
Well, Jeff Saunders, Lady Baba does promo.
Yeah. Okay.
I sent him this crazy idea that I did on AI, and I said, "Can you get these put on a shirt?" And he's all like,
That's solid.
"He's like, those they look good, man." He goes, "But we're gonna have to do some work to get those images." And it took a couple of weeks, man.
Yeah.
But he got us
Very
these.
solid.
And show the back of your shirt.
They look good. They look good.
See if you can show the back of your shirt.
Oh
to the
yeah,
camera
yeah. Oh,
there.
that's solid.
Huh?
Dude, that's pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can do any of your promo items
Any
for you.
promo
You know,
items.
your water bottles, your business cards, your name badges, pretty much anything that you can put your business name on.
Yeah, we love the guy. He's not a sponsor on the program
Yeah,
yet, so
yeah.
but anything that you need promo stuff, definitely call Lady Baba does promo. You could find him on Facebook for sure.
Hey,
that's pretty
yeah.
much
let me
all
jump back in here real quick. I forgot. I brought two hats. I do have a
he's the
Cubs
president.
hat.
He can
Hey,
do what he
I
wants.
know. Hey, there it is. I do have a Cub hat. But you know what this is?
No, I was looking
That
at
is
that.
120.
Yeah. You know what it is?
No.
Very significant in Cubs history. 120. Real true. I'm not going to say real true Cub fans know it, but a lot of really true Cub fans don't know what it is. But here's
Okay, let me guess.
Let me get.
Is that when Bartman?
No.
No, okay, just
That's
checking.
not a bad guess, but no.
All right.
It goes back further than that.
Yeah, like 1947.
Even further than that.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. Look at Wrigley Field. The next time you see a game from Wrigley in center field, this clock is up. 120. It's start time for every game in Cub history before they had lights, which was 8/8/88, and that game got rained out.
Oh.
So the clock is still there. The same as the flag.
Okay.
The flag flies, the W, and then the order of the National League Central flies by the Cubs, Cardinals, etc. But this is every starting game from I don't know when it started, but until 8/8/88. And I was there last summer with Craig Coulter, who I mentioned a minute ago. We went and did a Braves or a Brewers Cubs series. We went and saw 3 games in 2 days, and I was sitting there Tuesday night, and I realized I had never been to a Cub night game because the last time I was there in Wrigley Field was prior to 8/88. So it's like, wow, because it was a bucket list thing for Craig Kirk. It's like, I'm like, let's go, man, let's go. So.
Nice.
I had
That's
to.
awesome.
I looked
That's
in there to see it. Now you guys all know that one. Come on, where is it?
Over there.
Everybody
you go.
knows that one, but I had to throw that in. Hey guys,
awesome.
thanks for having me on.
All
I
right,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Clint, thank you. And we will catch you next week on Thursday, 10 o'clock here on Live the Dream Media.